What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central. Happy Monday, everybody. No math today, I promise. No math today. We're going to talk about the Jorgen event. We're going to talk about Jorgen in general, in fact. Not necessarily a change of heart from my perspective, but we are going to talk about him a little bit as far as, should you or shouldn't you, and, all of that. We're going to talk about some Guild Wars stuff, but most importantly, let's say hi to the chat and let's see how everybody's weekend was. I do see a penguin there in the live stream. Limbicago's here. Ryan Pottle. Jorgen has always been a very solid character. All right. Satus, howdy, Charlie. What's up? Starting to get real tired of Guild Wars. They just drop random 800k teams into bronze. Oof, that's tough. Yeah, I mean, to me, the Guild Wars argument about, in-game, like, that's not all of in-game. It doesn't have to be that. And I think a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on Guild Wars because, initially that was the best way to get some of the more interesting new heroes and some skins that were recently added in, as well as a handful of specific items. And then, of course, when you're talking about the Global Championship on Hero Wars Mobile, being able to get the Evolution Book, the skill booster, and the level booster from the Global Championship system. But really beyond that, like, once you have the skins, right? And of course, whenever I say new heroes and new skins, I mean from like 3 years ago, because the Guild Wars system hasn't really been updated that much. So when it comes down to it, it really boils down to what you enjoy about this game. Do you enjoy high-level player versus player? Do you enjoy the being on the top of your server for a given month? Do you what is it you enjoy? Do you enjoy, excelling against the Hydra or the Guild Raid Osh fight on Facebook and web? I too care very little about Guild Wars. It's not just the Titans, it's, Guild Wars in general. Because, those of you that have been watching me for a while, that I fight basically the same handful of people every single week. Some deviation here and there. But man, Guild Wars needs some kind of greater incentive. It just can't rely on, the constant flow of new players moving around, establishing dominance and all of that. I don't know. Arena to me is a little bit more based on what your server is up to, from a day-to-day perspective. People trying out new offensive and defensive lineups. Of course, Arena is auto mode. It's not in manual mode, and some people would say that unless a fight is in manual mode, it's not a true player versus player fight. So I find that a very interesting concept to really think about. And I might think about that over the next week. Actually, I thought about it a lot when Global Championship dropped for Hero Wars Mobile, and how it invalidated a lot of Hero Wars Mobile's Guild Wars scene, because you no longer needed to be in Gold League in order to participate in the Global Championship. And really the only thing that anybody gains by participating in the Global Championship, aside from bragging rights and some cosmetics, which seem to be bugged constantly, by the way, is the golden and silver trophies and the Global Championship trophies, where you can buy those items that you don't necessarily need. They just save you a little bit of time, right? Maybe a bonus in Guild War personally for winning battles. Okay. Planner Girl says so many Dantes in Arena. I mean, you could build a fantastic counter Dante team and just rule your server. Suddenly you're the best player versus player hero on your server. It's strange that Arena is auto while Wars are manual. I think that Arena was an activity that they designed and they don't want to change. I think they don't want to waste any time on old activities that they can. Better matchups. I love fighting hard players. Okay. Very true, Ryan. I don't see any of the high-end gold guild league players in my day-to-day, since we're a silver league guild. Not that I would be effective against those lineups, but it would be nice to see different people. Yasmin everywhere. Okay. They need to expand the number of guilds allowed in silver and gold. Topaz, for what reason, though? For what purpose? Are you concerned about the gatekeeping that sister guilds are providing? Are you concerned about the availability of the rewards for the trophies? I did forget to mention leveling up the totems. I don't know if anybody called me out on that yet, but I'm going to go ahead and call myself out yet. You do need bronze, silver, and then gold Guild League trophies to level up your totems on Hero Wars Facebook and web. Or you could just level them up with emeralds as well. Right? Gold Leagues need to be expanded to 11 teams. Fascinating. Evil Love, why? What's your reason for that? What's your reasoning for that? Maybe in Guild Wars you can't use the same 5 heroes against the same guild 2 weeks in a row. That would probably be too oppressive. Argue with Topaz, Gold should have 10 guilds and Silver 20. Okay, okay. So that there's more variety in teams that you face off against. Oh, I forgot to get water. Totem Judge is OP. Let me grab some water. Give me like 30 seconds. 1 second. The perks of having a bathroom next door. I'm starting to level my Phobos to counter Yasmin. Okay, good choice. I'm over the second tier of Cross Wars' Dukes, and there are like 2,000 guilds there. Yikes. It's kind of a catch-22, though. In order to be competitive, you need your totem leveled up, and sometimes you can't wait until you get silver and gold trophies. Very true. Very true. Yes, more competition, and mover players have a chance to get champion skins. Okay. Chargers drink toilet water? Toilet water. You know, as long as you're drinking water, toilet water is better than what most people drink in the world. Right? Better than what most drink in the world. Let's go ahead and do my Guild Wars real quick. Let's knock this out. Since we're talking about it, we'll come to the Jorgen conversation in just a second. Let's see who we're facing. Let's say who are facing. Let's see who we're facing in on server 25 here in this Silver League. Oh, real quick, Mark Lawrence with a $5 super chat. Hey Charlie, you mentioned to hold on to soul stones for summer event. How many do you need for the event? I think I hold on to too many. Thank you. Just 1 sec. Let me pull up the task list for the summer festival. Part of the discussion that I wanted to have a little bit later, Mark, and I appreciate you bringing this up because this is going to segue into a conversation later on. This is not a squirrel moment, but since he did super chat, we're going to check out the answer to the question. I thought that this was the case. I wanted to get some verification here real quick. In past years, we've needed 1,000 soul stones. 1,000 soul stones to complete the task in Summer Festival on Hero Wars Facebook and web. 1,000 soul stones. Now, Summer Festival isn't until like June. Like the end of June. So you've got a lot of time. The end of June. But Mark, thank you so much for supporting the channel. We are going to talk a little bit more about what events are due later on. Nobody needs to donate in order to, find out what event's coming next. But Mark supports the channel with $5 super chat. That's going to pay for some tacos tomorrow. We'll have tacos tomorrow. Yeah. It's a safe buy. Thank you, Mark. If you guys are looking for an absolutely free way to support the channel, click that like button. That's all you got to do. Just click the like button. It takes like 2 seconds. You can do it right now. Or you can wait 45 minutes until I've proved my worth. Your choice. Your choice. Your choice. Guild Wars. Server 25, we are up against Faster Horses today. We're going up against Randy and Chance. I don't believe I fought Randy last week. But let's see what we got. Oh, I did fight Randy and Chance, and I beat them both. Let's start with Randy. Randy ran a ODH Sebastian, and I used Sebastian Isaac. ODH Sebastian, and I used Sebastian Isaac. We have a different team this week. Randy is running a different lineup. All right, so let's take a look through here. Interesting combination between Isaac and Helios there. Without magic penetration, Helios is probably going to be worthless, even if I ran critical hit heroes, which I do not. In this instance, without an enemy Sebastian, I would absolutely be interested in running a Arachne. I would love to have Arachne right here. Love it. I would love it. I also would potentially run a Kai, but the enemy Isaac will kind of slow me down a little bit. So we're actually going to run this lineup right here. And we are going to keep the pets the same. I think everything else is good. Faceless and Jorgen are going to potentially charge up Isaac a little faster than I would like. I could use my own Isaac to kind of counter the enemy Celeste and Helios. But good for you, Randy, for changing things up week to week. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see how we can do. Now, my Jorgen is going to slow down the energy gain of the enemy Kark. And you can see there, I just blinded the enemy Kark with my... Oh, big hit. Okay, so his Kark is a little underleveled. So he's going to ult very soon if I'm not careful. So let's get Axel's Bubbles of Justice up. There's the ult. Did not seem to do much damage there. All right, well, this Kark is a little weaker. We are going to throw... Oh, I made a mistake there. I made a mistake. Okay. The enemy Astaroth is burning my energy down, and I have not been able to use my Faceless to copy. But no armor up that time. We're going to go ahead and copy Kark, and there we go. All right, so good fight there. Now, something that I have gone back and forth on over the past 3 years, and by the way, I completely forgot to announce Thursday of last week was 3 years of me making YouTube videos. 3 years. April 15th. April 15th, I loaded my very first YouTube video. It was a spring event video. So there was a spring event video in 2019 this past week, either on mobile or Facebook. I can't remember which it was. And then I think my very next video was a discussion of Dorian, the hero Dorian, because I think that there was a Dorian Soulstone event active. So that was a big deal for me, and I'm very happy that all of you are here. But over the course of the past couple of years, I've gone back and forth on Jorgen. And after we do this guild war, we're going to spend some time discussing, why that is. We're going to discuss why that is. So against Chance, he's got a Zhu, Sebastian, Jorgen lineup. Let's see what we did against them last week. Okay. Did he change tanks? Was it Luther or was it Astaroth? I guess it doesn't matter. This is the same lineup. Looks like it's pretty straightforward. I'm using Sebastian to counter. Okay. So herein lies the crux of the argument here. Let's see. Wait, who did I use? Did I use Martha? I did use Martha. Okay. Whoops. Nope. Go attack. Okay. All right. So the addition of Sebastian has polarized a lot of the fights. A lot of the meta has been defined by whether or not a team has or does not have Sebastian. And because of his prevalence, because of how popular he is, because how you can drop him into just about every single team, there is an argument that a hero who relies on debuffing is not somebody that you want to bring to a fight. All right, and we're going to continue that discussion in just a second. But you can see that the enemy Jorgen, as an example, I'm using Sebastian here to cut back on the ability of Jorgen to deny my team's energy. But something that I want all of you to pay attention to is Jorgen is still going to be denying energy. Let me get my Sebastian ult going here, and then we'll kind of slow things down. I know we can't really talk about it as the fight's going on because I kind of need to focus and win this fight. But as soon as I can ult, I'll go ahead and throw the Axel ult up there. There we go. Now, the question then is, am I still losing energy whenever I get hit by the... Oh yeah, we're going to copy that Jorgen. No problem. We'll still let Jorgen copy. Oh, I copied Zhu. Well, that's not good. All right. So every time Jorgen hits you, he sucks energy away from you and gives it to, he steals it. He takes it from you and he gives it to him, right? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Speed up a little bit. Maybe we can get a copy Luther in here. Probably not. Do it, Luther. Do it. Do it. Do it. We're running out of time. My Astaroth is never going to let him. Never going to let him. I'm probably going to have to drop Astaroth if I ever want to have hope of copying Luther ever again. All right, so let's watch this. So the idea, Luther has two abilities that you want to have countered. First of all, his basic auto attacks steal energy, right? There we go. You see this minus 11% right here? This is minus 11% energy. Pexi Oliver, yeah, Deworman, I agree. I seem to have passed where I need to get. Well, we definitely need to talk about that in the future too. So Jorgen's basic attacks steals energy from those that he hits, right? Most often the front line. And to the best of my knowledge, this does not happen whenever Sebastian's team buff is up. There we go. Just trying to see if there's any minuses at all from any of Jorgen's basic attacks. There's so much stuff going on here. So much stuff going on. Okay, so you can see there that Jorgen hit my Astaroth with his basic attack, right? And he didn't reduce the energy. So that means that every time, I guess that every time Jorgen does a basic attack, he's taking up one of Sebastian's charges. And maybe I'm not 100% on how the mechanics work exactly. Here, let me do this so that I'm not sitting on this energy because it's given me a complex. Let me just burn this real quick. All right. So here we go. Tainted Wounds. With every attack, Jorgen steals some of the affected enemy's energy. And I'm guessing that this is taking away one of the debuff blocking charges from O Discernity. Conjures a shield that prevents debuffs from being applied 15 times. So between his ability to ult first and more frequently just about than anybody else, depending on how and where he's positioned in your team, Sebastian can effectively shut down a Jorgen because two of Jorgen's abilities that have to deal with energy management, which is one of the main reasons why you bring Jorgen, is basically not effective, right? Right? So because of that, Jorgen is less useful. You use Jorgen to slow down the enemy, but if they have an enemy Sebastian to just block your Torment of Powerlessness curse, to block the Leper curse, which some would say is actually a benefit, all you're really left with is an occasional energy management hero, right? If you can time the Torment of Powerlessness whenever Sebastian doesn't have any more buffs to block anymore, or debuffs to block, the cycle of energy is going to, protect your ally from damage and boost the energy gain. Jorgen was good about 2 years ago. Yep. Chat is quiet today. It is kind of quiet today. The argument that I had made over the past year is that Jorgen is no longer a good hero on Facebook and web. No longer a good hero. But with that being said, let's talk about the event that is that's happening right now, the Dark Mage. It's a 4-task event, 3 days long. You get Jorgen Soulstones, get VIP points that you have to buy the VIP points. You have to spend emeralds. You get, and also spend energy. You get Jorgen Soulstones as well as Jorgen Dolls. The Jorgen Dolls have a chance for more Jorgen Dolls as well as Jorgen Soulstones and other things. I often pair Jorgen with Leon. Overloading Sebastian with CC effects is something that will make his ability sort of useless. So the cool thing about Jorgen is his magic attack, his ultimate, does do a good amount of damage. It is a particularly strong attack, right? And if it has magic penetration, like paired with Faceless, for example, and this is a very prominent team on Hero Wars Mobile. Jorgen Faceless is incredibly strong on Hero Wars Mobile. Of course, mobile doesn't have the same Sebastian debuff shield to deal with, right? But we're starting to see more and more heroes, like what Raven has mentioned. We're starting to see more and more heroes having the ability to overload Sebastian, which would effectively make him not worthless, but worth less. Make him worth less. Not worthless, as in has no worth completely, but less worth than he had before. We saw that fight last week with the Arachne. The Arachne tank being able to completely overload that Sebastian. So let's take a look at this fight again. If you took at this, not the chance fight, because the chance fight does have a perk to it, but the Randy fight, okay? So the Randy fight here, Sebastian would be in this lineup to protect against debuffs. Now, there's no use for him here, aside from giving your team crit occasionally, right? And protecting against some debuffs. But the ability to overload his debuffs, you have Faceless that can stun 5 heroes at once, right? Faceless's push up and knockback will stun 5 heroes. Kark will stun 3 heroes, right? Astaroth's energy burn could be considered a debuff. I'm actually not sure if it is or not. But you could potentially add in a hero like, in this lineup. Let's go take a look at the chance lineup. Sebastian is here not only for the debuff protection, but also the bonus damage to Zhu, right? Additional crit damage via pure damage because of one of Sebastian's abilities to boost that damage output. So if I were using, I don't know, instead of Martha, I used Arachne or Judge or Leon, like Raven suggested, right? Any of those heroes that do area of effect crowd control, area of effect debuffs, would potentially overload this Sebastian to the point that he would be completely useless, aside from his little bonus damage that he provides to Zhu. Now, you could then argue that my team would be considerably weaker to this lineup, right? Because if my Faceless is in the back line, if my Faceless is the 5th slot hero, then the enemy Zhu could potentially tear him down much quicker. The fact that I'm using Martha here is both good and bad, because Luther counters Martha, but, some of the trade-offs that you're going to have to deal with. Right. And the video that I made, or that I published last week about, was it Sunday? I think it was Saturday or Sunday. It was a clip conversation from a live stream last week where I discussed, the 3 heroes that I dislike the most. It's not that I don't like the heroes. I love Aurora, Sebastian, and Celeste a lot. I think they're fantastically designed heroes, very unique. I just hate how meta-defining, or at least how they're called meta-defining, and people are so scared of them. Is there for everyone? They will give everyone 1 day, even if you don't have any keys left. What's that? I have 0 keys left for the Jorgen Event game. Brian says, hello, Charlie. I've been watching your videos for quite a couple of years. I have a question for you. Is there anything I can do with Essence of the Elementals once my Titans are fully evolved? Brian, no. I think you just can sell them, right? Can you just sell them for gold? I think that's all you can do. I'm not even sure if you can sell them. Leon's redirect. Okay, let's take a look at it. Raven sent me an interesting fight. Let's go take a look at it. Okay. I guess this is the lineup right here. Well, there it is. Aurora Celeste. Okay. Okay. So let's try it. Let's see if this is enough to overwhelm just my basic Kark lineup. Let's see if the debuffs between Leon and Jorgen and Celeste are enough to overwhelm my lineup here. Let's see how it works. Overpowered. All right, there we go. Throwing that up there. Now, one of the things that you don't understand, or maybe you do understand, but you just didn't remember, is that I have the most overpowered hero in the game here. In my Kark. My Sebastian is down. I got a bunch of dodge artifacts. Didn't seem to matter, though. So, I will say this. I did get charmed quite a bit here. And the Jorgen energy manipulation did persist quite a bit there. Big and overpowered. Oh no. Stop. What is happening here? There we go. Friends talking about Moon Knight. Demonetized. Yeah. I'm really starting to love Maya with Biscuit to erase Ode to Serenity. Maya is one of those heroes. I still just haven't gotten behind her at all, though. But do you guys see what I'm talking about here? And Raven, thank you so much for providing that fight. You guys see what I'm talking about? You have a lot of heroes that provide debuffs. That provide area of effect debuffs. We talk about Arachne a lot. Thea provides an area of effect silence. DareDevil hits enemies around him with stuns. So, you know, in the right lineups, you shouldn't be afraid to use Jorgen against Sebastian. Jorgen is my hate and love hero because I meet Jorgen in the battlefield, and 2, I love Jorgen's skill, but I have yet, so a bit sad. Okay. I was only trying to give my second team Maya. It just seems like, I don't know. Like this counts as a debuff, right? The poison, does that count as a debuff? What is it that, Raven, what is it that counts as debuffs on her? Is it the poison or is it the roots? Is it the poison or the roots? Oh, boxy gifts. Guys, don't forget to get your boxy gifts today. You only like her because you don't like the way she looks. I think the devil skin, that new devil skin, I think that is really strong. I think it's got a really, really strong artwork to it. I was admiring it in that last fight. It's a good looking skin right there. Good looking skin. Maya is a weak healer, but great damage dealer. Okay. Maya is something I've abused on server 25. I mostly use her to prove I can. Her magic defense artifact is fun for twins. Okay. Roots are a debuff. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, so somebody mentioned biscuits. Chuck Norris. Really starting to love Maya with Biscuit. So Biscuit's fun. Biscuit's a fun little pet. I like penguins a lot. But reducing the healing received, I'm guessing, is also considered a debuff as well. So having this on an area of effect attacker like that Arachne, let's see. Look at all these attackers, right? Look at all these heroes that can shoot through Sebastian debuffs. All right. Astaroth can do it. Single target. Faceless is an area of effects. attacker and an area of effect debuffer. Kai, area of effect attacker, but not a debuffer. A lot of choices in here. A lot of great choices. But I don't see Arachne. Am I not seeing Arachne, or is she just not one of the available pets for Biscuit? Or patronage for Biscuit? I guess you can't patron Biscuit to Arachne. That's shocking. I guess you'd want to use Mara regardless, right? You'd always want to use Mara with Arachne anyway. Biscuit's so good. The debuff is Biscuit's reduced healing. Yep. She definitely needs a little additional help healing. Okay. Biscuit is good with Orion too, and heals often. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So, why would you invest in this event? You can just get Jorgen from the Outland shop. I would recommend against spending Outland coins on heroes. Spend your Outland coins on items and skin stones, right? Items and skin stones, not on heroes if you can help it. This is a fantastic event to get Jorgen, to summon him if you haven't yet, to get him to 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 stars. And I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely recommend it. You're going to start seeing a lot more of heroes like Jorgen showing up as people start to level up these additional heroes that don't seem to be as phased by Sebastian teams, right? And teams like, and I hate to pick on this Aurora team even more, but the Aurora Twins, I'm sorry, the Holy Trinity with Twins lineup, where Sebastian is only there to block debuffs, you're effectively, 5 versus 4 with that team if Sebastian's effect, the reason why he's there, is completely nullified, right? Albus, Mara, and Axel. Thanks, October. I don't like this event. You can get Jorgen easy on Facebook Web and Outland Shop, so feel like you should save resources for better fit. So, Jacko, you understand what I'm saying, though. Specifically, this event is good because you should not spend your Outland coins on Jorgen. Yes, you can and easily get a bunch of Jorgen Soulstones every day, but you're much better off every day buying skin stone chests. Jacko, every day you need skin stones. You need something like 200 to 250,000 skin stones per hero. 200 to 250,000 skin stones per hero, right? Which one will take you longer? Collecting 250,000 skin stones or collecting 630 soul stones for a hero that you can get just about everywhere? Let's see. In that line I sent you, there are speed buffs from Jorgen, but 3 magic attack artifact buffs, which make Maya spooky because her pure damage is based on magic attack, which is also buffed by Albus's patron ability. Okay. Yeah, it's a very similar lineup to the Aurora, this lineup right here with Waifu. Where are you? So this lineup, not this lineup. Where's my Celeste? There we go. Very similar to this lineup that I like to use. But instead of Celeste, you're using Maya, and instead of Nebula, you're using no, you're using Celeste. So you don't have any magic penetration artifacts here. I guess Maya and Leon are both doing pure damage, so you don't necessarily need the magic penetration artifact. Yeah. I like how you take different players' level into account when you give advice. Some content creators only concentrate on players that are similar to themselves. Yeah, Sir Turbo, one of the things that I wish that I could do, and this is something that I've been thinking about a lot. Maybe this is a new video series that we need to do. So let's take Jorgen, for example, right? And this is, let's see, I need to update this. Give me one sec here. Forgot to update my Hero Wars mobile account. So a new video series that I think would be a lot of fun, and maybe it would be worthwhile, maybe not, would be to, I don't know that starting a brand new account is the play. Here, let me move this over here so I can look at it. Open. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Hold on. We're getting to it. What are we talking about? Yeah, welcome back. Great. Nope. Okay. So this hero's at 50k. All right. So this would be expensive. This would be expensive to do, but I've been thinking a lot about a video series where I get every single hero to 30k. Every single hero to 30k. Every single hero in the game, and then whenever I get a new hero summoned, like whenever I get Fafnir, then I spend a lot of time working on the Fafnir. And the reason why I would do that is so that I can explore skill interactions and team fights and all of that at an average new-ish or slightly new-ish player's level. But the problem with that, if there's one thing you don't need, it's another account. Yeah. The problem with that is, like, where do you invest? Where do you invest in Fafnir to get to that 30k? Right? Like, if a fully leveled up Fafnir is like, what, 70k, 80k, 90k, whatever the power rating is of a fully maxed out Fafnir, that includes level, equipment, color rank all the way up to orange +4, skills maxed out, skins maxed out, artifacts maxed out, glyphs maxed out, gift of the elements maxed out. So where do you invest? So I was thinking the video series idea. The video series idea would be to discuss the relevant hero, Fafnir or Jorgen if it's a Jorgen event, or if there's like a DareDevil event or a Galahad event or whatever, and talk about the things that you need to be investing in early for every single hero. You know, we'll get them all to level 120. This would be a mobile thing, right? We'd get them all to level 120. We'd max out all of their skills. And then we would talk about the 1 to 2 skins that you should level up. We'll talk about the 3 to 5 glyphs that you should level up so that they get close to looking like a 30k-ish hero. Let's see. Martha here is 30k. Martha has, you know, she's got some investment. She's got 35 and 20 into her intelligence and magic attack. You know, she's got a little bit of artifacts leveled up, a little bit of glyphs leveled up, right? Not all of them. Just one at max, a couple at 35, another one at 20. It would be a little abstract because you couldn't have a consistent thing across the board. But what I could do is, on some level, I could compare heroes and lineups at an entry to, you know, slightly above entry level players' investment. And we can explore, we can put a calendar up even. What if we put like a calendar up and just every day we discuss a different hero? For the next 55 days, we discuss every single hero. And then any of you that are interested in adding your 2 cents into Jorgen or Martha or Kira or whoever, you could tell me about how you feel you should level up that specific hero. So I can say like, all right, guys, on Friday, we're going to discuss Anvari. On Friday, we're going to discuss Anvari. I'd like to hear from you all what the best stats, the best order of skin leveling and glyph leveling and all of that. We'll discuss all of it, and we'll cover this on this day. But then on Saturday, we're going to discuss Kira. All you Kira mains, tell me how you feel about leveling up Kira. It'd be fun. It'd be a mobile stream for sure, yeah. Is there a player who has all heroes fully maxed? Yes. Yes is all there is. There is. I've got about a dozen in my inbox right now. Is my team good? Astaroth, Maya, Orion, Jorgen, and DareDevil. She stole my heart. DareDevil's a little out of place there. DareDevil is a little out of place, but the rest of the team is really strong. Except for Jorgen's leper skill. So we can make, we can have discussions about that too. As a web player, I would still listen in. I was thinking about it over the weekend because I got so mad. About the, I published that video about the brawl, the how every new hero event should be a brawl event. And it just frustrates me so much. I kind of went on a rant a little bit in the influencer Discord that we have, complaining about, why I don't do more mobile videos. And that's a whole other video on its own on why I don't do more mobile videos. But there's a lot more mobile players than there are Facebook and web players, supposedly. Oh, that's something I wanted to go check on today. Ooh, we have the March numbers. Interesting. You guys want to talk about March revenue for Hero Wars compared to February? Hold on one sec, guys. Interesting. Yeah, we can talk about that. Maybe I'll do it on Maybe I'll do it on a separate video so we don't clog things up here. It isn't hard to get a hero to 30k. Exactly. That's the point. That's the point, John. I can get every hero to 30k with relatively low investment. My Tristan is 31 with 0 on glyphs and sparks. Artifacts are 1-star level 9. He is 5 stars. So maybe I keep the heroes at 2 stars. Maybe I don't get any hero above like 2 or 3 stars. Maybe that's the play. What do you think? Charlie's not a financial consultant? Yeah. I was having, you know, it's funny. I was having a conversation with my banker on Thursday, Friday. I was having a conversation with my banker on whatever day it was, and she was telling me how she has a coffee making TikTok. And she was asking me some of the things that she should look out for, and I was like, you should definitely put that none of your information is for, you know, financial advice. Like, you should definitely put that in there. And she's like, oh, I do TikToks. And I was like, yeah, but you work at a bank. Like, you're a branch manager at a bank. Like, do you really want somebody to come after you because you gave them bad financial advice accidentally, because you suggested to open this account instead of that account? This is for entertainment purposes only, Hero Wars Central community. Entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. Not. Upcoming events on Hero Wars Facebook and web. Let's talk about it. Mark, thanks again for supporting the channel with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. This time last year we had Spring Rebirth. Okay. There we go. Spring Rebirth. Good chance Elemental Synergy is what's coming this weekend, but not 100% certain because we're a little bit behind. Good chance it's Elemental Synergy. I believe Time of the Fearless is 2 weeks from this weekend. So not this weekend, but next weekend is Time of the Fearless. Okay. We had a rainy season. Event at the very end of April. That's the Water Titan Soulstone event. Legacy of the Great Ones. We had a Great Storm event, but this won't occur until June. We're not going to get another Great Storm event until June because we just had one. Time of the Fearless. We had this Depths of Horror event. Do you guys remember this Depths of Horror event? This was a 7-day event. And I don't remember why. But it was based around Kark, right? It was based around Kark, and I can't remember why. Let's see. Depths of Horror Hero Wars. So it was a special event for the Corvus Morgan and Sebastian Dark Depths skins. So we had this event very early on in May / the end. I'm sorry, at the end of May, we had this event. Early June, late May, right? We have a couple more filler events. Elemental Synergy happened a lot through the summer last year. Happened a lot. At least once a month it happened. Okay? And then Summer Festival happens on the 24th of June of last year. So we did have another skin event, but nothing but filler events. So it's looking like, unless I'm mistaken here, it's looking like we don't have much else happening on Facebook and web for a while. No big events happening for a little while. Kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. Am I still playing Hero Seller here? Okay. Now, regarding mobile events, I was kind of taking a look at last year's videos as well. Come on, scroll. 7 months ago, July, Summerfest, June, May. Here we go. Okay. So here we are in roughly last year's events. Hero Wars Mobile, it's a trap. We had the Judge rework. Elemental Synergy. Best skin to level first for Kark. Which pet for my physical team? Take advantage of the overlap. Astro Day. New hero Alvanor, but we've already gotten the new hero on both versions of the game. The East and West event, maybe? The East and West event? Great Storm in May. No, we're not gonna have a Great Storm in May because we just had one. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. We are gonna have one in May. We had one mid-March, so yeah, I guess May we are gonna have one. So East and West event. Alvanor. Let's see. Mojo fix. The Hydra released. Mobile events versus Facebook events. I thought that video was going to do a lot better. Level these heroes. I don't see any big events on mobile happening. Mojo is nerfed. They were probably spending a lot of efforts on the Hydra. We are due for a brawl soon. I predict Satori. Okay. I need events with Soulstone chests as rewards. Donut hole. Do we get pets? The pets events usually are in the fall. As only Tristan and Amira aren't maxed out, and I have some. Let's see. Galahad rework. If they probably should do a Galahad rework. They should make him a warrior. The Great Storm. We were still doing Team Fight Tuesday. There aren't any events, like there aren't any really big events on mobile, is there? You know what? You guys got the spring skins. The spring skins came in May on Hero Wars Mobile. The best hero just got better. Talking about the Sebastian, I guess. Huh. Titan events for both platforms should be soon. Okay, at least 11 more likes needed. Oh, just 11 more to get 100? Oh, that's not too bad. I have a web account, but it's only level 40. You can get there. If you have to choose between a gold special item or the horn chest, which do you choose? A gold special item? What's a gold, like an item for your hero? I would go for the item for the hero. And the faction event for Phobos? They probably are still working on that. I'm just talking about events from last year. I'm talking about like what events we had last year around this time. Trying to get an idea of what's coming up. Mobile is missing some skins, right? And I know that there was, let's see, Twins Cyber Skins. Okay. So the cyber skins for the twins came out the end of May. So probably getting...
Tell you my favorite story.
Well, hold on. Why am I getting this ad?
a time, in a faraway land,
The devastating war showed no mercy.
But they're mixing up different different video. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Did you say that was a Hydra? They use the Hydra in the HeroWars.com. Oh, this is bonkers.
Our land is screaming in agony.
Yeah. Anyway, so it looks like June actually is when the cyber skins. So yeah, I guess mobile's probably gonna get the cyber skins that we got in June, maybe. I bet the Morgan rework will happen at the same time as the Iris release. I think they said it was a month before that, Scott K, didn't they? I'd have to rewatch the Hero Wars TV, but I'm not sure. Epic adverts, indeed. Yeah. I mean, that Heidi was from a little while ago. Oh, man. Okay. All right. So we're definitely going to have to do a video discussing this right here. Because these revenue numbers being out, they are definitely lower. Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about this right now. We're all here together. All right. So this is, let me move my webcam over here. Move it down here. Okay. There you go. So you guys can see here, this is iTunes. This is March, right? You see this March 2022. In February on iOS, we had 9 million. February iOS, we had 9 million in revenue compared to 7 million in revenue in March. So 2 million less. 2 million less revenue. The same number of downloads. That's a pretty big drop. 2 million decrease there. Yikes. Let's take a look at Hero Wars Android. Hero Wars Android had 7 million revenue and 1 million downloads in March. And in February, 9 million and 2 million. So we're definitely seeing a decline in the game there. Definitely seen a decline. 2 million downloads in February, 1 million downloads in March, $9 million in revenue in February, 7 million in revenue in March. Okay. For Android. And in iTunes, a 2 million drop. So the downloads are the same, but across the board, each platform dropped 2 million or brought in 2 million less. Interesting. The game is dying? No. The game is not dying. The game is not dying. The game is doing just fine. You can see that overall, the reviews are up. Reviews are positive. Well, Android's got some negative stuff happening here. $1 million fewer downloads on Android too. So you could probably say, right? You could probably argue that the ongoing geopolitical situation caused some issues there. I would imagine that there was a very large chunk of people that decided to not play the game anymore. A very large amount of people that decided to stop spending on the game, right? There's a number of reasons why you would do that. You know, whether or not you feel like the money goes to wherever is gonna go. But with the economy the way that it is, a lot of people are making, spending decisions as well. Was there any big issues that happened in March? People always spend less in tax month. There's another great reason why. Once you cap out your team, there's no incentive for continuous spending on mobile. Yeah, but Rods to Reels, I would imagine that there's not that many people that are capped out. I feel like games are funny when you first play them. So Donut Hole, there is a logic behind that. They front load the dopamine or the happiness that you get by, you know, achieving large chunks of progress. And that is, as you play a game, the more things kind of start to slow down a little bit. People donating for relief too. Very true. Very true. Money being used elsewhere. So there you go. There you go. Is Hero Wars dying? You know, this game is making, it made $14 million in revenue just on the mobile side. That's not counting VK. That's not counting, we can't look at Hawaii. And it is definitely possible. You know, Hawaii, when did the App Store in Hawaii launch? Because that's not represented here. What is the name of the App Store in Hawaii? Huawei App Store. It's called the App Gallery. App Gallery. App Gallery. When did that launch? It seems like that was April or March, maybe February. Huawei. That could definitely contribute. A lot of players, you know, a lot of players probably switched. You know, the Hawaii App Store App Gallery had a number of promotions for people that were, you know, spending money on emeralds and all of that. There was a way to get more emeralds. There's a chance that, you know, they captured a large chunk of the market in, you know, various countries. All right. All of these could be reasons why there's a decline. Great reasons from Cinder, from D. Warman, and obviously other things. In Germany, you get refunds for invested money by the Hawaii App Gallery. There you go. There you go. Refunds, invested money. So all we're looking at here is the Google Play version and the iOS, which is the Apple version of the game. We don't see the Hawaii stuff, Huawei. We don't see any of the VK.com, the Facebook.com, the Hero-Wars.com, or any other versions of the game that might be floating out there on any other platform that we may not even know about. Right? So, I don't know. I don't know if the game is dying. I don't think the game is dying at all. I think it's doing just fine. I think it's doing just fine. Downloads are down. Revenue is down. I guess we'll be back in a month to check this out, right? That's Chinese for throwaway. Oh, goodness. Huawei in Canada. They say Huawei. Huawei. All right. All right. So, great live stream today. Glad to see everyone. Glad to see everyone. The best mage is Lian. Lian is waifu. No, that's not true. The live stream will be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time. That is 5 p.m. UTC. No news over the weekend. Maybe we'll get some kind of news today or tomorrow morning that we can talk about. And if anything is late breaking or, you know, extremely provocative, we'll definitely talk about it in a special video later tonight, as we usually do. All right. So I hope to see everybody back here tomorrow. I want to give a big shout out to Mark for the super chat and for all of you for getting me over 100 likes. Yeah. I'll see you all tomorrow. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.